Hello, welcome back to the Marc Drouinaud Show, the tech show about hacking. In this video, I'm going to be covering this sweeping order that Biden is about to put in place. I'm going to go over the 8 different industries that this AI order targets and what about those industries that it targets. So without further ado, let's get right into it. We're going dark. First one, cybersecurity. The order indicates the White House sees the rapid development of advanced cyber weapons as one of the most significant risks posed by artificial intelligence. To prevent powerful AI models from falling into the hands of foreign adversaries, the order would require companies developing powerful AI models to provide regular reports to the Commerce Department outlining how they plan to protect their technology from espionage or digital subversion, and mandate that large cloud services providers like Amazon and Microsoft notify the government each time foreigners rent server space to train large AI models. The AI mandate would give federal agencies 3 months to identify the risks of AI used within the sectors they oversee, and 6 months to develop guidelines for how private companies within those industries should incorporate the White House's new AI risks management framework. The Treasury Department specifically is required within 150 days to submit a public report on ways the banking sector can manage cyber risks involved in the use of AI technologies. While AI poses a wide array of new cyber risks, the order also addresses its potential benefits. DHS and the Department of Defense are required to put together plans to carry out an operational pilot program within 6 months to test the use of AI technologies in discovering vulnerabilities in US government networks. Second industry, we have health. The order calls on the Department of Health and Human Services to create a task force to develop a strategic plan within a year on the responsible use of AI, including with respect to generative AI, according to the draft, which was confirmed by a person familiar with the draft. The agency is also directed to craft a strategy to determine whether such technology is sufficiently high quality in a number of areas, including drug and device safety, research and public health. It also directs HHS to consult with relevant agencies to evaluate how AI could discriminate against patients and then prevent it, and create a safety program for detecting errors and tracking incidents that harm an individual. It also called on the agency to advance AI technology, including through grants with an emphasis on improving health data and identifying areas of drug development that could benefit from public-private partnership. Next industry, we have competition. The draft order instructs every agency under its umbrella to police AI business competition, looking out for risks arising from concentrated control and preventing the dominant multi-billion-dollar firms from further consolidating power. There is a growing concern that only the largest companies like Google, Amazon, and Microsoft will be able to compete. Notably, the AI order gives a specific nod to the FTC, whose chair has already strongly signaled that she intends to go aggressively after AI companies that act in an anti-competitive manner. The order encourages the FTC to use its rule-making authority to help enforce competition in the sector as well as protect consumers. Next industry, privacy. The executive order will create privacy protections around the data that fuels most artificial intelligence systems, according to the draft. The first step will involve the Office of Management and Budget finding out how much personally identifiable information the government buys. The executive order will also establish guidelines to mitigate privacy risks when the government collects, uses, shares, and deletes information that it purchases from data brokers. The order encourages federal agencies to adopt high-end privacy-enhancing technology to protect the data they collect, and the National Science Foundation to fund a new research network focused on developing, advancing, and deploying privacy technology for federal agency use. The order addresses AI's use in the workplace, noting that the technology should not be deployed to encourage undue worker surveillance. Next industry, housing, right? This is where the millennials go. The draft order directs the heads of Consumer Financial Protection Bureau and the Department of Housing and Urban Development to issue guidance on how fair lending and housing laws will prevent discrimination by AI in digital advertisements for credit and housing. It also directs the agencies to issue guidance on the use of tenant screening systems, including how the use of data can lead to discriminatory outcomes. The White House also urges the Federal Housing Finance Agency, the regulator and conservator of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, to consider requiring the two giant mortgage financiers to evaluate their underwriting models for discrimination and automate collateral valuation and appraisal processes in ways that minimize bias. Next. We have telecoms, as in telecommunications. The draft order encourages the Federal Communications Commission to look into how AI may improve telecom network resiliency and spectrum efficiency and aid the federal government's fight against unwanted robocalls and robotexts. We all are getting those robocalls and robotexts. Seems like every 30 seconds for me.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
The wireless work, which aims to improve how the federal government manages and shares this resource, could shape the rollout of 5G and future 6G technology. The order is in line with priorities that the FCC chair, Jessica R., because I don't want to mispronounce her last name, has laid out in recent months and fits with inquiries already in the progress at the agency. The agency launched an inquiry in August into how AI could improve spectrum operations, and it's voting November 15th to open an inquiry into how AI can be used to stop robocalls and robotexts. Next, we have copyright. This is a biggie. The draft executive order directs the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office to publish guidance for both patent examiners and applicants on how to address the use of artificial intelligence within 120 days. It will then have a subsequent 150 days to provide information on patent eligibility for AI and other emerging technologies. Separately, the draft executive order also calls on the PTO director and head of U.S. Copyright Office to recommend additional executive actions the White House can take to address issues related to both copyright protections for AI-generated work and the use of copyrighted work to train AI algorithms. Being that my sister is in education, this is a biggie too. So we're going into education now. The next industry. The Department of Education is directed to create an AI toolkit for education leaders to assist them in implementing recommendations made earlier this year for using artificial intelligence in the classroom. The draft text aligns with comments made by a department official on Tuesday to congressional staffers, educational technology companies, and other education leaders that the agency has started working on an AI toolkit and expects to release it next spring. The draft also orders the department to develop resources, policies, and guidance that addresses safe, responsible, and non-discriminatory uses of AI in education within 365 days. So those were the sectors, the 8 different sectors. Some of, I took 8 that I felt that, would be the most interesting. So those addresses the 8 sectors that I'm going to talk about in this video and how it addresses them. What do you think? What do you think about the cybersecurity, the healthcare? Please let me know in the comment section below. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the notification bell. Please share the content. I appreciate your viewership. And see you on the next video.